Well, I'm in Vertu Honda Nottingham. Just brought one of our bikes in for some crash protection, and they've said, we've got the new Transalp in. No, that's not it. Would you like to go and take our Transalp for a play? So basically, would you like to go and take a brand new bike for a ride as part of your job? Go on then. There we go, Vertu Honda. And this is it, 23 plate Transalp. It's basically somebody described it as a comfortable Hornet. Looks nice, looks very big as well. I'm 5'8", so it'll be interesting to see how I get on with it. I'll put the spec up on the screen. I'm not bothered about horsepower and stuff nowadays. I just want to know how the thing rides. Suspension's sunk down a little bit. At the moment I'm pushing it backwards with the balls of my feet. Feels quite light as well. Okay, so sat here, flat footed on one, ball of my foot on the other at 5'8". Ignition on. Okay, I think it might be a similar sort of dash to the Hornet. Has it got cruise control? Doesn't look like it. See, I'm completely winging this because I had no idea they got this in. Still sounds good. I think it's a standard can. It is. Sounds nice. Into gear. Wow. I've just taken the Motor Guzzi Mondello out and put it in gear, and it nearly pulled me nuts off. That was absolutely beautiful going into first. Straight away with the slow speed, lovely. That is insanely comfortable to start with. The position of the hands and the feet, that sitting triangle, if you like, is actually very comfortable. The clutch is incredibly light, as you would expect a Honda to be. I don't even know what riding mode it's in. I've just jumped on and ridden it. Yeah, on a lot of modern bikes, I don't think it would cost a fortune to stick cruise control on them nowadays. Especially with people like me, that when I've been riding a while, I do tend to get pins and needles in my right hand. So having a cruise control would be really nice. Throttle's quite light. You can feel a tiny little bit of vibration through the foot pegs, but that's what you get with having a parallel twin engine. When I first heard that they were bringing the Transalp out, I got my purist ass on me, where the old Transalps used to be V twins, and you know how I feel about V engines. But I suppose they've kind of made up for it on this a little bit by sorting out the firing order, or whatever it is they've done to it. I'm not being overly technical at the moment, am I? So can I assume then that the indicators can be self-cancelling, and if they are, you can switch them off? Nice Mini there, well done there, Mr. Dart Out. 60. Oh, that's lovely. The seat actually feels quite firm, but it's not shaped in such a way where it presses on your bits. When I had an ST1300 Pan-European and my VFR 800, the seat was actually quite, you know, sharp in the middle, and it used to press on me stuff. Okay, engine braking down to 40. Let me select 2 gears. Let's see what third is like. See, third gear at 3840, the throttle is ever so, if you're not careful. So on a bike like this, I'd probably personally prefer to be in 5th, because it still has plenty of pull, but it's also not that sharp. Well, straight away, I'm really impressed with this. Okay, no one behind me. 2-finger braking on the front. That's all you need. The gearbox on this is sublime. There's no banging into first or anything. It's lovely. Let's take it in second. So we're just about to go into a national, which is a 60. Holding it steady at 30 in third gear. And then we'll just wind it open and see what it can do. That's fun. See, this is more my style of sitting position than something like the Hornet. The wind blast on it is a little buffety. I'm going to pull over in a moment and I'm going to have a proper look at the screen to see if it's adjustable. But it's not, you can live with it. It's not that bad, and I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to come out with a jivvy screen at some point. Okay, coming to a corner, I'm going to brake hard. Wow, these brakes are really good. I'm back up to 60. I didn't need to brake round the corner, I just wanted to see what the brakes were like. So let's pull in here, get this little lay-by. The car's far enough behind me not to be a problem. Let's have a look at it. Right then, so that was sports mode. Here's the mode button. Standard, rain, gravel. Wow. User, and obviously that's going to be programmable by you, isn't it? So shall I put it on gravel on this bit? I really like this. Let's go for standard. That'll do. I'll keep it running actually. Side stand. Nice big wide side stand. Yes, I don't think anybody shorter than me is going to get on with this, unfortunately, unless there's something you can do with that seat, because the seat does look like it's got some padding on it. Maybe they could do a lowering kit at some point. Plenty of space here for your luggage. It looks like it can already take a top box or a rack. It's got your hybrid tyres on. Apparently the guy in the shop was telling me that there's a tooth bigger on the rear sprocket. That would make the acceleration a little bit better and less top end, but to be honest, that's the way I would like it really. So this screen then, maybe you can correct me, but this does not look like an adjustable screen, so maybe Power Bronze or Jivvy could make a slightly wider, taller screen for touring. This is only an initial look around. I quite like the matte finish on it as well. So it's got like a tinge of green to it. Sounds lovely. I'm really impressed with that. Okay, holding it steady at 30 in third, and you can feel the fuel mapping a little bit. It's not unlivable, like on a couple of bikes I've ridden. The Tracer 9, the early 15 model Tracer 9, I didn't like at all. That's not bad at all, but let me try a different mode. We'll go to standard mode and we'll try that. It's very easy to change the modes on this. And just get to the one you want and close your throttle. Selected. Very easy. Second and third. Go to 30. Feels pretty much the same, to be honest. I mean, it really is. You know how picky I am. That really is tiny. Let me try fourth. Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's more than acceptable. Well, as I say, all this is, I just pulled away in 15 mile an hour in third there, and it's still pulling nicely. All it was just an initial impromptu test ride because the bike's in for the crash protection. So a conclusion on what I've seen so far is it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. I'm not bothered about quick shifters and things, so I'm quite happy it doesn't have one. It doesn't have one. I have noticed a couple of times when I put my feet down, the foot pegs are in such a position where they touch my shins. So you just have to be aware of that. It's not the end of the world, but the placement of them just puts them in the way. Okay. Conclusion. Beautiful. Foot pegs do tend to touch your shin a little bit when you put your foot down on the floor. Once you get used to that, it's not a problem. Fuel mapping around town isn't the best, but it's nowhere near as bad as that Tracer 900 that I test rode in 2015. It's beautiful. To be perfect, I'd stick cruise control on it for us old people. But yeah, that is an absolutely incredible bike. Personally, I'd possibly rate it slightly above that, the Hornet. But that is £2,000 more. Do bear that in mind. If you can afford it, I'd go for that one. If money is a problem, then the Hornet. Thank you to Vertu Honda. Hopefully my crash bobbins are ready. And feel free to comment on the upload. I'll speak to you soon, everybody. Bye bye.